video.
So another Vinegar Syndrome halfway to Black Friday sale has come and gone. And just like the last few that they've done, this one I thought was pretty underwhelming. But that got me thinking back to some of their past halfway to Black Friday sales, and some of the big reveals that got all of the physical media community, including myself, all hyped up. Now, I'm not dogging Vinegar Syndrome here. I love them, and I support what they do. Not only when it comes to giving movies that other distributors wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole, top-notch releases, even 4Ks. I mean, they gave Tammy and the T-Rex a 4K for God's sake. Scream Factory wasn't going to do that. Arrow wasn't going to do it. Severin? Maybe. Synapse Films? Probably not. TerraVision would have dropped the soundtrack on vinyl and cassette tape. Screw CDs. But I also support what VS does in terms of film preservation, which is incredibly important. The bottom line is VS has certainly raised the bar when it comes to physical media, and they've spoiled us a little along the way. Anyway, I went back to the Vinegar Syndrome section in my collection thinking I'll pull a few titles that jump out at me as my favorites. And a few did. And then a few more. And a few more after that. So I've compiled a list of my favorite Vinegar Syndrome releases. I can't go over each one in detail or else this video will be long. And besides, I've done reviews of most of these in the past, so go check those videos out. I hope you enjoy, and please share with me your own list of favorite Vinegar Syndrome releases down in the comments. Now, this list is in no particular order aside from the last one, because ranking things I love, I just find immeasurably draining on my mind, body, and spirit. So I'm going to kick this list off with one of Vinegar Syndrome's earliest releases and one that definitely helped put them on the map. Madman. Madman is one of those 80s slashers that flew way under the radar after getting swallowed up upon its release in a sea of other, similar slashers. Madman is a standout though, thanks to a unique villain, likable characters, great atmosphere, and an endless supply of charm. Vinegar Syndrome rolled out the red carpet for this one not once, but twice, with transfers so good that they revealed that a good portion of the movie was shot out of focus. And thanks to the interview with Galen Ross on the 4K, we finally discover why she's not credited as Galen Ross. All the interviews and commentaries are insightful and entertaining. Madman is a must if you're a fan of 80s slashers. Next up is one of my favorite Charles Bronson movies and my very favorite Death Wish movie. Death Wish 2 in 4K. There's nothing like watching Charles Bronson dispense justice in only the way Charles Bronson can, and in glorious 4K. While this one is light on extras, the transfer more than makes up for it. This release will have you asking yourself, do you believe in Jesus?
Well, you're going to meet him.
How about another revenge movie, and a darn fine one at that? Thriller, A Cruel Picture. And it lives up to that title, being both thrilling and cruel. Very, very cruel. And very explicit. This is why I love Vinegar Syndrome. They take a movie like Thriller, A Cruel Picture, which I had never heard of prior to this release, and give it this kind of release. This is a 2-disc set, including Thriller in all of its X-rated glory, including the less explicit They Call Her One-Eye American cut of the film. Both cuts of the movie come on separate discs with separate slips, and both are loaded with extras and beautiful 4K transfers. This one is definitely not going to be for everyone though. Let's go with another part 2 here. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2, that is. The buzz is back, and in 4K. And yes, I know there are already solid releases for Chainsaw 2 from the likes of Arrow Video and Scream Factory, but this 4K, in my opinion, is the best of the bunch. The movie has never looked better. This release is stuffed with brand new and archival extras. We get this awesome slip box, and the slipcase has both the classic VHS artwork on one side and the original theatrical poster art on the other. This one is the true Lord of the Harvest. Here we go with another slasher. This one was a staple of late-night cable television in the 1990s, and I love it with all my heart. Rush Week. Here we have a killer on a college campus stalking co-eds who get up to some pretty fun fraternity shenanigans. It's also fairly heavy on the sleaze, which always gets extra credit in my grade book. This is such a fun slasher. I highly recommend it. And keeping with staples of cable television, let's talk about a movie that was constantly on cable television back in the day. So much so that it redefined the HBO network from home box office to, hey, Beastmaster is on. And that is, of course, Don Coscarelli's epic fantasy, The Beastmaster, in 4K. What can I say about this movie? It's awesome, and Vinegar Syndrome gave it a truly stunning release, with packaging like none other. I mean, look at this thing. Tremendous. The 4K transfer is beautiful. We get a brand new commentary and a feature-length making-of documentary. This is an absolute beast of a physical release. God! A more recent Vinegar Syndrome release that definitely got me hyped was their Prophecy 1 through 3 4K release. But I really bought it for the first film, which I think is one of the most underrated movies of the 90s. And just check out the limited edition box. Now that's heavenly. The gorgeous 4K transfer is also like a gift from above. This is a movie with a lot of depth that is exceptionally well written and will stick with you. It will also make you think of angels in a far different light, a far less warm and glowing light, and a far more dark and brooding light. I wouldn't want these angels watching over me, that's for sure. Christopher Walken plays the Archangel Gabriel. That's right, I said Christopher Walken in one of his most underrated performances plays the Archangel Gabriel. And he is no fan of humankind. And Viggo Mortensen plays Lucifer. And he has some dialogue that will definitely send chills up your spine. Virginia Madsen and Elias Koteas also star and turn in fine performances. I really can't say enough about The Prophecy. It's such a shame that more people don't know about this movie. Vinegar Syndrome gave it the kind of release it deserves here with a gorgeous transfer, lots of extras, and again, some beautiful packaging. Oh, and if you've ever wondered how you got that little dent in your top lip, the philtrum, just watch The Prophecy. Christopher Walken will fill you in. Let's take a detour into something a little lighter, a little more 80s. Something very, very rad. Now this is one that got all of us video store kids in a tizzy. Rad had never made the jump from VHS to any other format. Thanks to Vinegar Syndrome, Rad did a full-on 360 Superman Smith grind double peg fakie directly to 4K with this stunner. And yeah, I keep it preserved in one of these protective things. Come holler. Alright, enough of the light and fluffy feel-good stuff here. Let's talk about something evil. Evil laugh, that is. This one was love at first watch for me. Its low-budget charm, its satirical nature, its silliness, its ahead of its timeness. Evil Laugh wallows in all of the slasher movie tropes we all know and love, while remaining surprisingly self-aware. It also has this DIY kind of vibe, like they shot it over the course of a long weekend using a script written on the back of a few diner menus, and with a budget thrown together using whatever they could scrounge from between the couch cushions. Vinegar Syndrome gave Evil Laugh a new transfer and a feature-length making-of documentary. This is such a fun slasher. The next one is a movie that was tailor-made for Vinegar Syndrome, and they did not disappoint when they stuffed our stockings with Don't Open Till Christmas. I absolutely love this ultra-sleazy and ultra-messy slasher produced by B-movie legend Dick Randall. The holidays just aren't as holly or jolly without Don't Open Till Christmas. Nothing gets me into the spirit of the holidays more than watching people dressed as Old St. Nick get slaughtered by a maniac on the grimy streets, the seedy peep shows, and grimy and seedy bathrooms of London. That was a bad one. If you know, you know. Vinegar Syndrome gifted the fans of this movie with new extras and that artwork. It really jingles my bells. And I can't even show you the slipcase for this one without hiding the naughty bits. This is a movie that I fell in love with instantly, and I am forever indebted to Vinegar Syndrome for bringing it into my life. I'm talking about the unforgettable, the unapologetic, and the unrelentingly wacky Don't Panic. To truly describe this film, one would need an entire video on its own. In fact, I dedicated an entire video to review this movie and this release. Go check it out. This is truly a motion picture you will not soon forget, thanks in large part to the tour de force performance of the film's lead, John Michael Bischoff. And as if his performance in the film wasn't proof enough of his otherworldly talents. He also performs the song, also entitled Don't Panic, at the end of the movie. And my God, just have a listen.
Dreams playing with your mind, thoughts of things you've never seen. Don't know what's happening, all you know is something's wrong in the city. Stop, it's under your bed.
I know. I'll give you a moment to gather yourself. John Michael, wherever you are now, you are not forgotten. All right, only a couple left. And this one is for a movie that, for the longest time, I feared would disappear entirely, because it had been trapped on tape for so long with no physical release anywhere in sight. It's not a movie that a lot of people were demanding a new release for. In fact, most horror fans had never even heard of it. It was practically invisible. And I'm talking about The Invisible Maniac. What I love about The Invisible Maniac is most likely why it had become so obscure. It's horror, but it's comedic. It's sleazy, but it's satirical. It's over the top. It's silly. It's so much fun. This is another one that Vinegar Syndrome took all the way from tape to 4K and gave it an awesome transfer with a lot of new extras. And the artwork on this one too. So good. And the last one on my list is the VS release I've watched more than any other. In fact, I've watched it many, many times. Over and over and over again. Oh, I'm talking about Showgirl. If you know me, then this one should come as no surprise. Spookies. Ah, Spookies. I can't describe the levels of schoolgirl giddiness I experienced when I first heard that Vinegar Syndrome was raising Spookies from the dreary tombs of obscurity. This is a movie I've loved since I first rented it from the video store back in the day. It's a smorgasbord of monsters and really cool monsters with really cool monster effects. It's like a nightmare in that it takes on the anti-logic of a nightmare. No matter where the hapless victims of Spookies run or hide inside this sprawling mansion, there's a creature there, waiting for them. From a spider woman to an electrified octopus monster to death itself, and the farting muckmen. My God, the farting muckmen. And they all do the bidding of a sorcerer who keeps a princess in a comatose state, while their vampire kid runs around giggling the whole time. And the sorcerer's pet is a pirate cat man. This is a truly extraordinary film that is truly deserving of this kind of truly extraordinary release. This release is not just a tribute to the film and its makers, but to its fans. So there you go. My favorite Vinegar Syndrome releases. Please let me know your thoughts on my list down in the comments section below. And again, share with me your own. If you like this video, please leave it a thumbs up and share it on social media. If you're not following me on social media, those links are in the description. As always, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Take care. And until next time, peace. Oh, and thank you, Vinegar Syndrome.
A huge thank you to all my patrons and channel members for your generosity and support. Become a patron today and get early access to videos, have a say in what content appears on my channel, join me for monthly live streams, exclusive watch parties, and more. Become a channel member today and get access to exclusive badges and emotes to use when I stream, as well as members-only watch parties. Both those links are in the description.
Say hello to the internet, Jeremy.
Hello to the internet.